This is how family and friends will remember 21-year-old Christy Carrasco, the jovial, energetic and loving young mother who was full of life. But her life came to a tragic end on Monday night when she was brutally murdered.
And I see when he had the girl on her hair and stabbed the second stab, because the first one she never had no noise, she never had no noise at all when she got the first stab. But the second one she screamed.
By the time neighbors rushed to her assistance, it was way too late for Christy, and now her family is preparing to lay her to rest, even as many questions still remain as to why she was murdered. The terrible drama that played out on this street side last night will stay etched in the minds of residents of this quiet neighborhood in the San Lorenzo housing area of Orange Walk Town for a very long time. Neighbors watched in stunned disbelief as Carrasco was stabbed to death by her boyfriend, Osman Sabido. Handa Cambranis was with Carrasco when she took her final breath.
We heard the screaming and her last words were help, help, but she yelled like she was in pain. When I came out, she was on the floor, like on the ground, and she was like trying to get away from him, and she was running, and I ran towards her because I saw like she was in pain and stuff, but at the moment I didn't saw that she was bleeding right away. And then she fell to the ground, and the police was on the scene already, and she fell in his hand, and then when she fell, we lifted her and we went in the vehicle.
On the way to the Northern Regional Hospital, Carrasco died in the hands of her friend. Elra Alvarez, who wishes to appear off camera, lives right next door to the couple. She told the Love News that when she heard the scream for help, she came to the assistance of Carrasco and came face to face with the alleged killer.
That's when I come out of my house and I consider when she dropped on the ground down there, and the second drop front of the police vehicle. When the police vehicle me don't come already, when they come, they never ask no question. If they may ask questions, front of my house right there with me coming in front of my door. If they may ask questions, then this not may happen.
Police had gone to the couple's home around 8 o'clock last night, reportedly after being alerted by Sabido's parents that he was intending to burn down the house he shared with Carrasco with the young woman inside. Today, when we visited, the house still reeked of gasoline as the interior was doused. Carrasco's father says when he entered his daughter's house, he found the unlighted butane stove had been left running. Surrounded by family and friends, Carrasco's mother Sandra was at a loss for words to explain the murder of her daughter.
Well, at first I didn't know anything. She called my husband and I asked him what happened, and he said she wants him to go over by the house. But he didn't tell me what she had told him, no? But I was sitting there with her baby, and I noticed, he was impatient waiting for her to come pick him up. And then he got a second phone call, and when he got the second phone call, then I realized that something was wrong. He ran in the room. I was in the room changing the baby, and he took out his rifle, and he was looking for the bullets, and I knew where they were, so I figured he had to have done something to my daughter. So when he went to look for the bullets, I hid the gun, and I started asking him, what happened? And then he told me, with bad word, that he stabbed Christy, yes. I think that's what he told me.
Still, this grieving mother hoped for the best as she rushed to the hospital where she got the bad news.
I never, ever, ever expect that my daughter did. I reached in there and I still look for her. My husband was there already, and I asked him, where Chris? He couldn't answer me. And I tell him, where Chris there? And then one of the doctor do his hand like that. And when I turn on, I realized that they don't cover her.
Sandra, your son-in-law is now accused of killing your daughter. This must be a terrible burden, not only for you, but for the entire family.
Well, yes. Because, Christina, me like one angel, never had one bad. He never had no hard feelings for nobody, and I always want to give and give and give. I always want to help people and worry about. He always worry about me, because yesterday I wake up and I feel real bad, and every minute he say, "Ma, you feel better?" I tell her, no, babes, but he ain't pass for me. We gone to Belize, gone buy the coffin for my grandmother. We came back. He said, Ma, you still feel bad? I tell her, yes, babes, but no worry. So then she said, I'm going to bathe, man, then I want to come back. I tell her, all right. But you know, I noticed her when she came back, she was really, really sad. But I thought she was sad because of my grandmother, because she's sentimental, you know, and I'm close to my grandmother. So I said, you know, maybe he's sad. So I did try talk and laugh and tell her things. But I can't forget the look, when the last look she gave me, you know, when we were at my grandmother, you know, like he just stooped down and watched me. And I said, oh, my daughter, he looks sad, but I did think he's sad sick. And my granny must be sad because he must have done torment his soul.
Neighbors say that when Carrasco arrived home last night, she was violently accosted by Sabido and dragged from the car. Soon after, she was stabbed reportedly as police approached. Those same neighbors say that Sabido and Carrasco shared a rocky relationship.
Yes, they did. They did. They had arguments like everyone else, you know, everyone goes through that. No one's life is perfect, but they did had a few altercations here and there, and the guy is very quiet. We would have never imagined that this would happen to Christy by him because he was so quiet. They were a very quiet couple, you know. They didn't mingle with anybody, and nowhere because we went to school together, we're neighbors. I talk to her off and on when I'm here and we're friends and stuff. But when I saw that last night, I was in complete shock because at first I didn't know she was stabbed. I just saw her limping and like trying to run for her life, and I thought that she was like, when she fainted, I thought, oh, okay, like something really bad is happening. And when I looked on my hand, because I grabbed her to lift her up, and I was filled with blood.
We don't hear things that happen, but she don't like somebody will have too much pride. Never say nothing to where she had out with her neighbors.
And the young man?
Very quiet too. Two of them are quiet.
Carrasco was reportedly with her family all day on Monday as they made arrangements to bury her great-grandmother today. Now the Carrasco family's grief is multiplied by this tragedy. Carrasco's mother, Sandra, says she harbors no ill will towards her son-in-law, but would simply like to know why he chose to end the life of the woman he professed to love and care for.
Well, I'm sorry for him. I'm sorry for his parents then, because, you know, his mommy like my daughter, you know, for his sister. The family may appreciate my daughter then. They may really like her. So I feel sorry for she, because I always tell my daughter, you know, when one child do something, the parent always feel it more, because even though then the killers, then the rapists, then the your child, I tell her, so you have to learn to forgive. I don't have no hard feelings for that guy, you know, because she bring enough real life, and I like her. I get to like her. I try. I like her because I'm one she be happy, and she only could be happy if she know that I like who she love, no? Because she me love him, and all I life only worry about try please him. Reach from go to work soon in the morning, they go to work together, then come back. He come before he wait for her, pick her up, bring her here, pick up the baby, go back home. And she never miss to talk bad about him. Every morning he get up and make breakfast for she. So I still have quarrel, but nothing we could escalate to this.
Reporting for Love News from Orange Walk Town, I am Patrick Jones.